Staying focused and inspired during flight training can be a challenge because it is so demanding. Today, I'll be going over 8 essential tips to help you stay focused and inspired during flight training. Watch to the end because you don't want to miss tip number 8. Tip number 1, set clear goals. Start by setting clear, achievable goals for each stage of your flight training. So what does that look like exactly? Make sure your goals are SMART goals. And what do I mean by SMART goals? I'm not talking about smarts as in intelligence. I'm talking about SMART, an acronym that stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Goals give you direction, focus, and purpose. And when you make them SMART, you are very likely to achieve those goals and make those goals become a reality. So let's break it down. For instance, specific. I want to fly the Cessna better. So make that goal specific. I will get better at power off stalls. I will get better at power on stalls. I will get better at turns around a point. I'll get better at steep turns. Those are specific goals for you to aim for. Measurable. Hey, I need to get better at talking on the radio. So let's make that a measurable goal. How do we do that? I will be able to communicate effectively with ATC while taxiing to the end of the runway in 8 days. So now you have made that goal measurable. So you can track your progress to making that goal a reality. Hey, I messed up on day 2. Here's the area that I messed up on. My communication wasn't really that good on day 2. So day 3, what I messed up on day 2, I'm going to get better at it. So at the end of 8 days or by the 8th day, I'm going to be an effective communicator using the radios while taxiing the aircraft. It's important to make sure those goals are achievable. Okay. So an example of achievable, I will improve my written score from an 85 to a 95, or I will improve my score on that written exam from a 75 to an 85. That's something that is achievable. A 10-point increase and a 10-point improvement on your written test score, that's an achievable goal. You don't want to make goals that are just too grandiose, too big, and just too unrealistic. You want to keep them realistic. You want to keep them achievable. You also want to make sure those goals are relevant. Make sure the goals are relevant. So, for instance, if you're in the instrument phase, right, focus on goals that are related to the instrument phase, like learning the ILS approach, learning the RNAV approach, learning how to brief the approach, and working on your flows. So those are some relevant goals to the particular phase of training that you're in. So what I like to say is, whatever phase of flight training you are in, be there. Let's make sure that these goals are time bound. When they are time bound, you are very, very, very likely to achieve these goals. I can go back to our example, making those goals measurable. I will communicate effectively with ATC while taxiing the aircraft to the end of the runway in 8 days. So you put a timestamp on that, and you are most likely going to achieve that in 8 days because you put a timestamp on that. If this goal is big, if it's a big goal, break it down into manageable sizes. Break it down into manageable sections, and then just make sure you achieve those sections that you've broken it down into. Make sure you achieve those sections. All right. Tip number 2, develop a routine. Create a consistent schedule. Create a routine that incorporates your flight training session, study time, and rest. A consistent schedule helps in managing your time effectively and reduces your stress. Here's something else to consider. Create a pre-flight preparation routine. And in this pre-flight preparation routine, you'll incorporate a pre-flight routine that includes reviewing your last lesson, going over the day's objectives, and visualizing maneuvers you'll be performing. Tip number 3. That's right, you guessed it. The most important tip of them all. And that's the fact that you are not subscribed to this channel. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications, select all, hit that like button, boost me up in the algorithm so I can continue to bring you this content. And click the link below to download my free ebook. And that's my free gift to you. This ebook is going to have 15 tips that you must know before you begin flight training. So make sure you go ahead, click the link below, get your copy today. And we're back. So tip number 3, stay physically and mentally fit. It's no secret. Regular exercise can enhance your physical performance, stamina, and overall health, making the demanding aspects of flight training more manageable. And we cannot leave out mental wellness. Got to take care of your mental. So how do we do this? You can take care of your mental wellness. Practices such as meditation, yoga, mindfulness activities can help manage stress and anxiety. Mental fitness is crucial. I'll say it again. Mental fitness for a pilot is crucial for maintaining concentration and decision-making skills under pressure. Health is wealth. Take care of yourself. Tip number 4, engage with an aviation community. You ever hear the saying, it's not what you know, but it's who you know? Well, I'm going to take it a step further. It's not what you know, but who you know and who knows you. You got to get out there. You got to put yourself out there. You got to go to aviation events, stuff like the NBAA or Sun and Fun or Oshkosh, events like that where you have a large gathering of people and network with other student pilots, network with instructors, network with other aviation professionals in the aviation industry. This network can provide you with support, advice, motivation, and let's just be real, a job after you finish flight school. Join clubs, join groups like Facebook groups. There are plenty of them out there. Aviation communities online on all these different social media sites. Join those, because by being a part of aviation clubs and Facebook groups, online forums, that can help keep you motivated and keep you inspired and keep you engaged through shared experiences and challenges. Tip number 5, embrace continuous learning. Make sure you're studying regularly. Allocate specific times for reviewing yesterday's lesson, reviewing today's lesson, reviewing notes from the debrief. Understanding the little details will boost your confidence and performance during practical sessions. Be humble. Learn from your mistakes. Flight training is a learning process that involves making mistakes. You're gonna make them. You're gonna make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up over them. Don't be too hard on yourself. Remember, you're learning, okay? You're learning and you're going to get better. Just keep working on your craft. Use the mistakes as learning opportunities to improve your skills. Tip number 6, you have got to visualize success. One way I like to do this is sitting in a chair and chair flying. While I'm doing this, I'm using a visualization technique and I'm regularly visualizing myself successfully completing maneuvers. I'm visualizing myself performing all the maneuvers that I need to perform. I'm visualizing myself going through the check ride and doing the things that I need to do in order to be successful on the check ride. Before I take that written exam, I'm sitting down, I'm thinking, I'm going over the test in my mind. I'm visualizing myself. I take some time to sit down and visualize myself achieving those goals that I've set for myself. And I'm here to tell you that using visualization will increase your confidence and motivation towards achieving your goals. And here's something that a lot of people don't talk about, because you're so busy trying to just get through the flight training. You're so busy trying to complete this objective and move on to the next objective. Take some time to take a step back and just relax and just think about how far you've come. Reflect on your progress. Reflect on how far you've come since the beginning of your training. It is important to do that. Just take a step back and just realize, man, I've come a long way. Give yourself a pat on the back because you are doing it, right? Too many people don't do that. And it's something that is just so simple, but yet you don't do it. And you rather beat yourself up and hammer your way through flight training and take a step back and enjoy the whole process. Recognizing your progress can be a significant source of motivation. Tip number 7, seek inspiration. Find a role model. Find other aviation professionals that are having success in the field and use them as inspiration. Some of these people have incredible stories of overcoming adversity and achieving their goals. And this can definitely be a source of motivation and inspiration for you. Watch aviation documentaries, read some aviation books, and follow aviation blogs and podcasts. This can help you maintain that passion for flying and inspire you to achieve your goal. When I was in flight school, I used to watch Speed and Angels all the time. There was a show called American Fighter Pilot, and I had these videos on repeat, and I watched them thousands of times while I was going through flight school. And those videos, they motivated me. Watching Speed and Angels, it motivated me. Watching American Fighter Pilots, it motivated me to get through my flight training, because I'm sitting here, I'm watching them go through adversity and all the challenges of becoming naval fighter pilots and American Air Force fighter pilots. And I'm watching them go through all their adversity. And I'm like, man, I'm going through similar adversity. I'm not flying F-15s and F-14s, but hey, I'm flying something, and it's challenging. But you know what? If they can persevere, I can persevere. So I used it as motivation, as a source of inspiration when I was going through my flight training. Tip number 8, balance is key. It's okay to take breaks. It is okay to take breaks. You take regular breaks to relax and recharge. Overworking can lead to burnout, which can hinder your progress. I think of when I was going through my flight training at ATP, and we were going 7 days a week. Doesn't matter what the weather was doing, you were going to do some form of training. Primarily, you're going to be flying a lot. You're going to be out in the practice area a lot. You're going to be doing cross countries a lot, right? And on bad weather days, well, you're hitting the simulator. And sometime on those good weather days, you're hitting the simulator, you're doing ground school, then you're going out to the airplane, and then you're gonna go and perform all the maneuvers that you're doing in the simulator, or you're gonna go and shoot all the approaches that you were shooting in the simulator. It was just a constant, ongoing thing. So you had to, or at least I did, go to the chief pilot and just say, man, I need a day, man. Like, I love flying, but 7 days a week, Man, that was tough. Okay, that was tough. So it's okay to, once you feel yourself hitting that wall or getting close to that wall, to take a day and just get your mind right. Staying focused and inspired during flight training requires a combination of clear goal setting, routine development, physical and mental fitness, community, continuous learning, and finding a balance during your flight training. Remember, the journey to becoming a pilot is a marathon, not a sprint. Stay patient, stay motivated, and click on this video right here for more aviation content.